Have you ever experienced the nagging fear about how the years are hurting your health, despite the fact that you have always been taught to consume fresh food and store it carefully in the refrigerator? It is clear that you have made an effort. You have reduced your consumption of junk food, shopped for the freshest fruits and vegetables, and perhaps even begun attending a senior exercise class. But despite this, the slight weariness or joint pain continues to be there. If there is a hidden factor in your kitchen routine, even something as innocuous as chilling some meals that is quietly turning them against you, what would you do? If you find out what it is, you could be startled. Stay with me because I'm going to reveal the food that most seniors find surprising by the time we reach the conclusion of this article. This food could be the key to avoiding silent health hazards without even recognizing how simple the solution is. Imagine this fear growing in a way that is unnoticed and gradual without you even being aware that it is taking place. One day, you are having a wonderful time eating this supper. It's the next thing you know, you're dealing with inflammation that you can't explain or the nagging concern of more serious problems in the future. After 60, this is not only uncomfortable, it is an essential matter. It can result in persistent aches and pains, a weakened immune system, or the concern of need assistance with daily activities such as gardening or cooking, which can be a major inconvenience. No one wants to be dependent on other people for the simple pleasures that life has to offer, such as going for a walk in the park or having supper with their family. However, take note, it is not unavoidable. It is not necessary for this unnoticed mistake in food storage to deprive you of your golden years. Let's now identify the adversary that has been hiding in the shadows. It is not what you believe. It is not foods that have expired or shelves that are dirty. When certain foods are refrigerated, they become potentially harmful, despite the fact that they appear to be safe. In people over the age of 60, exposure to cold can cause chemical changes, such as the formation of dangerous substances or the destruction of nutrients that protect your cells. You might not even be aware of it, but a daily tomato or onion in the refrigerator could be feeding low-grade inflammation, which could cause your joints to hurt more or cause your energy levels to drop. However, do not unpack your refrigerator just yet. The most important thing is to be aware of which ones to leave out and how to properly keep them. The majority of people are unaware of the fact that the refrigerator is not necessarily a friend to fresh foods, which is a fact that completely changes the script. When we were younger, we trusted that a quick chill would be safe. However, after the age of 60, it can cause reactions that are more detrimental to the bodies of older people. According to research conducted at Penn State University, spinach that is stored at a cool temperature loses folate and carotenoids more quickly. The Journal of Food Science published another study that indicated that the amount of essential antioxidants in food that is chilled can reduce by as much as 91%. According to the World Health Organization, acrylamide, which is produced in certain cold foods when they are cooked, is considered to be a possible human carcinogen. Rather than being a fault, this is a movement in paradigm. Some goods are preserved by the refrigerator, but for some foods, it is an error that goes unnoticed and piles up over time. As we begin our countdown of 7 meals to watch out for today, we will begin with the least sly of them all. Stay tuned for the most important revelation. In most cases, senior citizens do not anticipate this game-changing event. 7th on the list is bread, so let's get started. If you want to avoid mold from growing on bread after 60, freezing it would seem like a good idea, but it actually hastens up the staling process. The scientific explanation is straightforward. Cold produces retrogradation, which is the process by which starches solidify like glue, making it more durable and encouraging the growth of mold that is concealed from view. As time passes, this common mechanism can eventually result in discomfort in the digestive tract caused by mycotoxins. Is it a personal attack? When digestion is poor, your energy levels drop, your balance fluctuates during meals, and your independence decreases. This is because eating becomes a task, which erodes the freedom that you have worked so hard to achieve. It is a straightforward move to store bread in a cold and dry pantry rather than in the refrigerator. You can use frozen slices instead of fresh ones if you need to. They will thaw without any changes. Will it be simple to begin today? What's even worse is that we've reached number 6, onions. The cold storage of these cooking staples functions like a hidden spike, accumulating moisture and softening tissues after the age of 60. However, they are a piquant and delightful addition to the kitchen. Imagine it as wet paper. It decomposes in a stealthy manner, since it encourages the growth of mold that produces irritants. Inadvertently, this can result in respiratory alterations or persistent coughing, which may not even be noticeable. Your mobility decreases as a result of the impact. Your steps become shorter due to discomfort. Your balance becomes unstable on uneven ground. Your energy levels decrease and you no longer go for evening strolls. You lose ground on your freedom to move freely. Today is the day to take this step. Store onions in a basket that is dry, aired, and at room temperature for a period of 2 weeks and observe how fresh they remain. Instead, use mesh bags because they allow air to circulate without becoming wet. Only a minor adjustment, but a significant relief. Tomatoes, which are the 5th item on the list, are even more problematic than the previous item. We adore them because of the lycopene they contain, but after the age of 60, the combination of cooling and their acidity can irritate the lining of your intestines, which can lead to broad inflammation that spreads to your joints. Simply put, it is analogous to applying ice to a newly opened wound. It slows the healing process and increases sensitivity. This mechanism accumulates, resulting in a reduction in support around the knees. For me, around the age of 60, it means that your walk has less spring to it, that you have less balance when turning, that you have nagging fatigue that keeps you sat for longer, and that your ability to pursue life on your own terms is diminished. Time to take action. Place tomatoes in a dish on the counter, away from the light, and let them sit there for up to a week. Choose ripening at room temperature because it increases antioxidants without posing any danger. This afternoon, give it a shot. Even more concerning is the fact that cantaloupe comes in at number 4. Because it is refreshing, it gives the impression of being safe. However, after the age of 60, the cold in whole melons can stop the ripening process, which destroys beta-carotene like a freeze on growth. Instead, it quietly causes nutrient loss. Over the course of several months, this straightforward science results in defenses that are less effective. Do you feel the hit? During the middle of the day, energy levels drop, balance becomes unsteady on tiles, and independence is lost when bending becomes difficult, transforming everyday pleasures into challenges. A simple solution is to keep the whole cantaloupe on the counter and to short chill it after it has been chopped. Fruit bowls are a good option because they ripen without the flood. Doable in the present day, isn't it? Now that we are getting close to the top 3, here is the catch. These next ones are hiding in plain sight, seeming like health heroes, but they pack a more powerful blow. Garlic is the 3rd vegetable. The act of storing chopped garlic in oil may appear to be convenient after the age of 60. Nevertheless, it actually poses a little risk since it creates an anaerobic environment that amplifies the botulinum toxin. In common parlance, it is your nervous system that is vulnerable, similar to the way that stale air can cause problems. After the age of 60, at the same time that your walks become shorter, your balance begins to teeter on curbs, your energy levels drop, leaving you feeling winded, and that walker begins to look too familiar, risking adventures. First things first, store entire garlic in a cold, dry place without using any oil or cutting it beforehand. Fresh mincing is a suitable substitute. It provides antioxidants without the extra spike. Now is the time to begin trading. Please allow me to clarify something very crucial before we move on to the second point. These aren't problems forever, but beyond 60, they become silent errors that build up very quickly. In second place is basil. You have been told that it is fresh, yet after 60 minutes, freezing causes the leaves to wilt, which results in black blotches that lower the quality. Cold shocks plant cells, similar to the damage caused by frost, which causes the plant to bloat and lose its flavor. When it comes to me, this implies that my meals have less of a zest. that my equilibrium is unstable due to bad nutrition, that I have less energy for my hobbies, and that I am gradually losing my independence to travel anyplace. Quick action. Maintain basil in water on the counter, similar to flowers, on a bi-weekly basis or more. Choose countertop pots instead, as they are new and do not have any bloat present. After breakfast tomorrow, you should make the switch. Throughout all of this, I have been hinting at it, which is the most significant difference that most elderly citizens find surprising. It's not just another thing to stay away from, it's the hidden weapon you've been ignoring, the one food that can genuinely cause harm to what these other things should be avoided. Please bear with me for a little while longer. It is much easier than you might imagine, and it is directly related to the health concern that you initially expressed. At long last, the big revelation has arrived. What is the most important secret weapon? It's potatoes. Indeed, those essential tubers that the majority of senior citizens keep refrigerated but don't rely on properly. Despite the fact that this may come as a surprise to you, it is directly related to the promise we made at the beginning. Whereas other foods covertly introduce dangers without anybody seeing, potatoes, when cooked after being chilled, silently produce acrylamide from the inside. How come? In layman's terms, cold acts as a chemical switch that changes starches into sugars. Fry cooking, on the other hand, produces acrylamide, which is linked to an increased risk of cancer according to classifications provided by the World Health Organization. As one reaches the age of 60, this results in improved defenses, a more stable equilibrium, and energy that lasts throughout the day. Keeping it in a cool, dark pantry, loose in a bag, for several weeks is an easy way to put it into practice. At a minimum, do it 3 times a week. Mix it with boiling to reduce the amount, and be sure to keep the servings moderate. Simple. You should avoid frying chili ones. The catch is that many elderly people report experiencing decreased inflammation after a few weeks. You will be grateful to your future self if you give it a shot. There is still time. It is not even close to being too late. On the other hand, this is only fine-tuning for the path that lies ahead of you. You have years of experience and labor behind you. To ensure that your belongings are stored in a more secure manner, here is your 3-step action plan. Immediately, remove the 7 items that we discussed, such as garlic and potatoes, from your refrigerator. This is the first step. Step 2. Load up on room temperature places. Your goal should be to have a dry pantry by tomorrow. Third, keep a close eye on it and make adjustments as necessary. After a week, take note of how your energy levels have changed. The most important thing to remember is that even minor adjustments can have a significant impact on one's health without the individual even being aware of the change. Let's create a community of older citizens who share their victories by typing 1 in the comments section below if this resonates with you. It would be helpful if you could type 0 if anything didn't click with you. If you are interested in safer kitchens, we will discuss the 3 pantry staples that improve immunity the following time. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more information on this topic. Always with your physician before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you are on medications or have a condition. Remember that this is only for educational purposes. It is possible for you to have better health in the future.